What's going on? Welcome to the second episode of the Beezy Show. I'm your host, Beezy. And just to give you an update for those that are listening, the Oklahoma Sooners are up 27-17, though it is halftime in Lawrence, Kansas. We're playing the Kansas Jayhawks, and we are the visiting team. So all my Sooner faithfuls, y'all hang in there. We definitely should pull it out. But what's going on today? We'll be talking about a few things. We'll get into Michael Vick and Donte Stallworth, and really what we as society, what do we put our views on, our values, what do we truly, where is our head as a society? Again, we'll talk about that, looking at it from the Donte Stallworth, Michael Vick situation. We've got a hot music video for you later on, Miss Aaliyah, so we'll definitely talk about that. We'll definitely let you look at that, rather. And I've also got, of course, I'm bringing you some R&B and jazz, mix it up, maybe be some R&B. But before we get started, I want to talk about how important is customer service. How truly is customer service? How important is it? If there's store A and store B is selling the same exact thing, store A has the nicer employees. They have, the employees that greet you as soon as you walk in the door. If you don't need much space, they won't hound you and make sure you have a pleasant shopping experience. But their prices are a wee bit high. Then you have store B. Store B, look, their customer service isn't up to par. You walk in, you feel like, hey, can someone assist me? I'm a customer. I'm here to shop. You talk about that. They're rude. If you ask them to do something, they're all this and that. They mumble. They cut their eyes. You know how we can do sometimes when we don't want to be bothered. But their prices are lower than store A. Now, we're also assuming that you get the same exact, if it's a pair of khaki shorts, same exact pair of khaki shorts, if you want to call it the top brand name, fine, call it top brand name. But would you rather go to store A because of the customer service aspect and you may pay a little bit more, or would you rather go to store B and cut, you have a horrible experience, but yeah, at the same time, you get the product that you're looking for, you get it at a cheaper value. To be honest with you, I'm going to store B, and it really has nothing to do with the price, but more so, well, it actually has a lot to do with the price. But if you think about it, if I'm going to get the same exact product and I can get it cheaper, you think about it, especially in this economy, and even if it wasn't in this economy, even if it was, back when the dollar wasn't so small, I would still go to store B. I just feel like, hey, if I can save money, get the same exact product item that you could get at store A, and yeah, okay, maybe I'll have a terrible shopping experience, but it is what it is. Again, I saved a few dollars in the pocket, and then maybe the next time, maybe I'll go to store A and have that pleasant experience, But what are your thoughts? What do you think about that? I mean, personally, it's kind of like Chick-fil-A. You go to Chick-fil-A, well, their food is good, so I don't know if there's anything to compare to Chick-fil-A, because Chick-fil-A is pretty darn good. But we're going to get into this PM Dawn, I Die Without You on the Boomerang soundtrack. But think about that. Think about, is customer service really that important? We'll be back. It's the Beezy Show. Don't touch that dial.
Is it my turn to wish you were lying here? I tend to dream you when I'm not sleeping. Is it my turn to fictionize my world, or even imagine your emotions? Tell myself anything. Yeah. Is it my turn to hold you by your hands? Tell you I love you when you not hear me. Is it my turn to totally understand, to watch you walk out of my life and not do a damn thing? Whoa, if I could get away, every feeling that die without you. No, I die without you. Oh, I apologize for all the things I've done. But now I'm underwater and I'm drowning. Oh, is it my turn to be the one to cry? Isn't it amazing how some things just completely turn around? So take every little piece of my heart, yeah. Take every little piece of my soul, yeah. Take every little bitty piece of my mind. 'Cause if you're gone inside, I die without you. Feeling that I feel, yeah. Oh, whatever, baby, whatever, baby. If I have to take apart all that I am, is there anything that I would not do? Since I die without you. Since I die without you. Since I die without you. Yeah. Since I die without you. 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 Yeah, baby. Die without you.
So I could die without you. I know, right? PM Dawn. I Die Without You off the Boomerang soundtrack, which, by the way, is an excellent movie. You know, I'm sure quite a few of us have seen it more than 1,000 times. But, you know, again, in the first segment, we talked about, you know, how important customer service is. And I look back at some of the pictures I put up. There was no correlation between store A and store B. You know, if you saw the Saks and then the TJ Maxx, I was just making a comparison as far as prices. Has nothing to do with the level of service that I received at either one of those stores, nor to the particular prices that it may have been that day that I was doing some shopping. So again, I just want to make sure that that's put out there, you know, because again, we keeping it real here at Real Talk Radio on the Rob Beezy Show. But I want to talk about Michael Vick and Donte Stallworth. Now, I know this hasn't been a topic that's been talked about as of late, but I was thinking about it the other day, you know, and we have basically two different types of cases with, in the end, two different conclusions. On one hand, you have Donte Stallworth. You know, he was drunk. I mean, over the nationwide legal limit, reports say, of 0.08. So, obviously, too drunk to drive. The gentleman was in the crosswalk. Rather than him stopping, honking a horn, or doing anything that, he flashed his lights to, you know, I guess to tell the guy that, you know, hey, I'm coming down the street. And he hit the guy. Killed the gentleman, you know. And my thing is that he was only sentenced to 30 days. You know, he got 2 years of community service, 8-year probation, you know, a suspended license in Florida for the rest of his life. But he killed a guy. Pled guilty to DUI and a second-degree manslaughter. And literally got 30 days. 30 days. And he really only had to serve 26 of those days. So, didn't even do a full month. On the other side of that coin, you have Michael Vick. Michael Vick, big-time athlete, just signed the $130 million 10-year contract with the Atlanta Falcons, you know, so there was a lot of pressure on him, you know, once the story broke about the dogs being used as a I guess, you know, obviously fighting dogs, but using dogs, having a compound, that's the word I'm looking for, a compound at a house that he's necessarily not staying at, but his house is on, his name is on the deed. And so you have Michael Vick, who, yes, was killing dogs, fighting dogs, and I'm not saying I was for it, not for it at all, but he gets 23 months, you know, almost 2 years of his life taken away from him. Excuse me, I got these allergies going, but 2 years of his life almost taken away from him because he was fighting dogs. You know, now again, I don't think anyone, whether you are an animal lover or not, I don't think anyone condones that. But let's think about that. You have one person who actually killed a human being. I mean, someone has lost a father or a brother or a husband. They have lost a loved one, truly lost a loved one, because someone was illegal, you know, drunk above the nationwide limit, was drunk driving, and again only got 26 days. Killed a human being, took a life. You have someone else who, again, not condoning the actions that were done, but not a human life. You know, I'm not just a diehard animal lover, but let me ask you this. People got all on Michael Vick about, you know, he killed dogs and he's fighting dogs, and yeah, his boys turned on him, and all these people from PETA and all over the place, and they don't necessarily even have to be from PETA, but just animal lovers just came out of the woodworks and holding up signs and kill Michael Vick and do this and do that. When was the last time anyone who so called themselves a animal lover, you call yourself an animal lover, when was the last time I've seen anyone see a dog on the side of the road and, you know, go scoop it up, give it its proper burial? I mean, you just generally just leave them on the side of the road, or, you know, if you hit a dog, you know, do you go turn yourself in? Because, again, you hit a dog. Regardless if you driving drunk or not, you hit a dog. Don't you keep going? So, not condoning what Michael Vick did was right, but, again, as a society, where do we place our values? What's important to us? You know, again, Donte Stallworth killed a person, and had that been anyone else, and I'm speaking about Donte Stallworth's situation, had that been a regular guy like myself, and I was over the nationwide limit, and I killed somebody driving in my Honda Accord, I'm getting the death penalty. I mean, of course, I live in Texas, but even still, I'm getting the death penalty. So you have on one issue that you have two high-profile celebrities and playing the NFL, yet one guy kills a human being and doesn't even serve a full month. Other guy kills some dogs, maybe lied about it, end up doing 2 years. I just don't understand, you know, where we put our values. You know what I mean? America, I don't know, you know, but we're going to get into this Aaliyah video, 1 in a million. Told you I had some Aaliyah for you. We'll be back. Think about that. It's the Rob Beezy Show. Don't touch that dial.
about you. Your smile, your style is so fly. I can't deny. I got a crush on you, and that's true indeed. And I'm digging you. You make me believe that your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. I'll give you anything you want from me, anything you want, anything you need, anything you so desire. I'll give you anything you want from me, anything you want, anything you need, anything you so desire. Anything, 'cause your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on. You give me a really good feeling. You give me, baby. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long, baby. Love it, baby, love it, baby, love it, baby. Love it, baby, love it, baby, love it, baby. Love it, baby, love it, baby, love it, baby. Love it, baby, love it, baby, love it, baby. Love it, baby, love it, baby. Love it, baby.
Sorry that Aaliyah got a little choppy there. I downloaded 2 files actually, and they both were a little choppy, so that was the better of the two. But that's our show. Again, it's the second episode of the Rob Beezy Show. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to email us at Roderick Blair. I got to give you my government name, but Roderick Blair, no spaces, at gmail.com for the time being. If you have any topics or anything you want to hear me discuss, again, it's the Rob Beezy Show. Leave comments if you like what you heard, if you like the format, if you know any ways I can make it better. I'm always open to suggestions. But it's the Rob Beezy Show on Real Talk Radio. Keep it real with others, but most importantly, keep it real with yourself. It's your boy. We gone.